Hello everyone, welcome back to Below Par with myself, Joe Lavery, and today I am joined by the Golf Fashion Guy.
How are we doing, bud? Thank you for having me on.
You are very welcome. Thank you for coming on. So I have asked Sam to come on today to help me present the 2020 to 2021 Best Golf Shoe Awards. Now, we have thought long and hard about these choices. Yeah.
Some difficult choices as
Some
well.
difficult choices.
Some tough decisions.
Yeah, and we've gone across 5 categories that we think are important when it comes to a golf shoe. So the 5 categories we've chosen are best value, most comfortable, best looking, best spike shoe, and best spikeless.
Yes. I think they're pretty, that covers all bases, I think.
So for those of you, by the way, that haven't checked out the Golf Fashion Guy's YouTube and Instagram, the links are going to be below, and you'll completely understand why I've asked Sam, of all people, to come and help me out with this today. And I noticed that he is wearing a new brand on his jumper.
Yeah, we got I got a little piece from Eagle Apparel. It actually arrived through the door about 2 hours ago. So it's fresh. It's fresh on. It's one of their sort of, guess you kind of call it a mid-layer, but mid-layer teal logo there on the chest. Smart. It's nice.
So let's start then with the best value golf shoe of 2020 to 2021. And the best value is
the Adidas Retro, guys. The Adidas Retro is a shoe that you would have seen from 2020. It's also been carried forward now into 2021. You're going to get some new colorway options. It's just a fantastic shoe. It's spikeless. Don't get me wrong. It's not going to be incredible in the winter months, but when ground gets a little bit firmer, then this shoe is going to be incredible. It's the previous colorways, you kind of had like a white navy accents, green accents, but they're going to apply more color to it for 2021. Crazy comfortable and kind of works great on the golf course and off the golf course. So yeah, fantastic shoe. Retailing for around the £69, £79 mark. So great value for money. You don't find too many shoes in that price point anymore that you can actually call a comfortable shoe or a cool shoe.
Very nice. So let's move on then to the most comfortable shoe.
Most comfortable shoe, I'm going to give that to the Code Chaos. The Code Chaos is just a fantastic shoe. It was one of the best shoes to release last year. Full length boost just means it's just incredibly comfortable. If you've not tried full length boost yet, then you absolutely need to. Everyone watching out there, it's great. It was a fantastic shoe. The upper's very comfortable. And so, yeah, walking 18 holes, no fatigue at all. Just the boost is fantastic. Carries on into this year, and then we do get a slightly different adapted design, but the roots of the shoe still remain the same. So it'll still be crazy comfortable, even though the aesthetic might be a little different.
I was going to say, for those people watching as well that don't know what boost is, it's almost it's that sort of spongy material you get on a trainer, and actually it feels like walking on clouds.
The clouds is the best way to describe it. Yeah. Clouds is fantastic, yeah.
So moving on then to the best looking golf shoe of 2020 to 2021, and we've come up with
it's the Infinity Tour, the Nike Golf Infinity Tour. So I kind of left this off of my best golf shoes of 2020 video, which I'm sure, Joe, you're going to link that down in the.
I'll link it down below. I'll link it below.
I appreciate that, but I left it out of the list. That was a huge mistake on my part. A very, very cool looking shoe. The design has changed ever so slightly for 2021. The tech in the shoe is still the same. The general sort of makeup of the shoe is still the same, but the design has changed ever so slightly. They've got more of a fuller tick on the shoe now, and that was done on purpose to kind of make the special edition pairs, give them more options with what they can do with it, and just make the swoosh more sort of out there for people to see. Whereas the last year, the swoosh was the bottom was kind of taken away a little bit. So yeah, a really comfortable shoe as well. A great looking shoe. So yeah, best looking shoe. I think that's a pretty worthy winner.
I agree. Very much agree. I had a lesson turn up for them wearing them once, and I was like, they look amazing. So 100% agree with you. Now, the next one is, I know, something that is almost very close to both of our hearts. This kind of roots back to a very traditional golf shoe. Both wearers of Footjoy icons.
Footjoy icons. I have to add.
Amazing, right? I mean, 2020 to 2021, as you'll be well aware, was a huge year for golf shoes in the transition, really, from a traditional shoe to allowing more of a trainery type shoe, and I would say probably led mainly by Nike this year.
I'd jump on board with that.
So we then have the best spiked golf shoe, and the award goes to
the DryJoy Premier. So we're giving an award out for a shoe that's not even been released yet, but having had them in my hands, I got them before Christmas. They released February 5th. That's hopefully going to stay February 5th. It could get pushed back, but don't quote me on that. Hopefully it's still going to remain February 5th. But the shoe's incredible. The price point as well is just ridiculous. So I know, guessing how much the shoe is, Joe, you kind of don't really know the price of the shoe. You've seen the shoe, but what sort of price would you think the shoes could be? Bearing in mind the Icon Black and the Icon itself, what sort of price, sorry?
I mean, so I remember Icon Black's coming in at about $299. I'm going to guess, if it's a brand new shoe, it's going to have more tech in it. I mean, you only got to look at Footjoy. I think it's the Tour X. That was an expensive shoe they brought out, 190 quid. You then got the one above, so it's got to be 290, 299, somewhere around there.
Yeah, it is 159, which 159 is so much shoe for that money. It's just quite incredible, really. So yeah, the shoe's going to be great. The materials are fantastic. The design is fantastic. It really does pay homage to the classics of the sort of the first generation before the Icon then came in, then the Icon Black. It's like a big amalgamation of all of those shoes with just a really sort of, I want to say, modern twist. It is a modern twist, but it's more the tech in the shoe is the modern element to it. So just a really fantastic shoe. Really looking forward to it. I mean, I can't wait for everyone to be able to get out on the golf course when we can. And get a pair of those on their feet and play. They're going to really enjoy them.
I was going to say, it's cool as well now to have that kind of, you can go down a trainery shoe or a classic shoe, but equally you're going to get the comfort from both. I think that's a really important part now in the golf, that, classics of old were really uncomfortable, and then you had the comfortable shoes. Now they're starting to merge a bit more, and I just think that's really cool. So let's go in then to the best spikeless shoe. Now, we've got varying opinions on this, so I'm going to let you go first.
Best spikeless shoe for me, I know it's kind of a little bit cop out to give the same shoe two awards, but for me the best spikeless shoe of last year was the Adidas Code Chaos. The fact that it's continuing into this year again means that I can award kind of transfers to 2021 as well. The twist grip system on the sole of the shoe was fantastic last year. The last time I played was November. I'm not going to name the golf course I played at, but the conditions were muddy to say the least, and I wore a triple black version of the shoe and just did not experience any slipping once. I mean, worm casts beyond belief, and my feet were solid, stable all the way through, didn't lose grip at all. With someone who has such bad footwork in their golf swing as I do, I am subject to the occasional slip, and so they held up great. They were really, really good. I'm very, very impressed. But you have a slightly different opinion, Joe.
Yeah, so obviously I can't disagree with anything you've said. Personally, I haven't worn them, so that's the main reason why when I've worn a shoe that I've been so impressed with, I have to sort of say what it is. So for me, it would be the Footjoy Pro SL Carbon. So I own the original Pro SLs, and they now have turned into a dog walking shoe. They get absolutely hammered daily. They're walking up and down muddy paths, out in big puddles, and as long as obviously the water doesn't come over the top of the shoe, they stay dry. So really, really good shoe to have. With the newer ones now, the Footjoy Pro SL Carbon, I just really like the new effect they put on it. I like they put the new design on it, incredibly comfortable, like how stable they feel as well, like really well planted across the bottom. So for me, they just ticked all the boxes.
Yeah, I mean, I can't disagree in any way, shape, or form. As we discussed, they have more contact points with the ground than a DryJoy Tour. So, when you're talking about the DryJoy Tour being one of the most popular spike shoes of all time, probably, certainly market share, I think Footjoy would probably agree with that statement. And so they have more contact points with the ground than that shoe. So you're going to have just incredible grip. And then the tech in the shoe is almost second to none. Footjoy really do make shoes for golfers. They don't have they do a little bit, but they don't really have the going to the pub side of things afterwards. They're almost not that worried about that side of things. They want to make shoes for golfers to play golf in, and they do a fantastic job, and the Pro SL Carbon's a great example of that.
So that then rounds up our best golf shoe awards of 2020-2021.
Yeah, I think we've pretty much had all bases covered. I think that's a pretty nice list. I think that's a nice list that transfers not only from last year, but also looking ahead to 2021. There's a couple of new shoes coming. Adidas have got a ZG21 coming, which the guys would have been wearing this week if you've watched any of the coverage from the Century Tournament of Champions. Check out that shoe. That's going to be coming in a couple of months, well, about a month's time. So that's definitely one from a spiked perspective to look at.
Well, thank you very much for coming on. As I say, I've got all your details. They'll all be linked in below. I'll put some cards up for a couple of videos while we're going through as well. So linking back to the best golf shoe of the year, that'll be linked up there as well. So they can click on that. And as I say, when you guys watch their videos, you'll see why I've come to the Golf Fashion Guy for his advice. Guys, thank you very much for watching. Sam, thank you very much for coming on.
Thank you for having me, my friend. Always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure. And hopefully see you all very soon.